31st of August, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
We're still on Tzadi Zion Amud Base, but we started a new issue over here that we got very into yesterday. We didn't still get to the bottom of it. Boy minei Rava mi Rav Chizda. Amal ve'es chavera al matbea v'hosifu alav. Where can this be found? This is towards the very bottom of the page. First words in the line, actually. Boy minei, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines from the bottom of the Amud. Boy minei Rava mi Rav Chizda.
97B3, right-hand column, the Gemora inquires.
Okay, so let's just go through this again. And like we learned today in the Peleioids, you go over it another time, you find new insights, hopefully the correct ones this time. Okay, so we're gonna ask Roy to start off the reading and the leading today.
Okay. Bea Minei Rava Marav Chista. Rava inquired of Rav Chista. Hamalove es habiro al hamat ba'a. If one lends his fellow and fixes a payment on a coin, and it's a fixed payment, fixed value, the house for alov, and the authorities added to it. No, what's the law? We'll go on.
Okay, first let's clarify what it is that happened over here, because it's a bit misleading. Uses the word malve escavero, but this malve escavero is the same case of malve escavero that we had on the previous page, which Rashi basically told us. There's a bottom Rashi over there on the 97a. On the very bottom, Rashi says, "A malves chavero shum pragmatia." He lent him, so to speak, some merchandise. Now why is it call it that he lent it to him? Because they're not going to pay. He's not paying for it right now. He's gonna return the loan, so to speak, at a later date. Like that is the nature of a loan. You get it now, and then you got to pay back later. And so that's why he's calling it a loan. But he's not going to give back the merchandise. He's going to keep the merchandise. And they made an agreement that he's going to give back, the borrower is going to give back the lender in matbea, in currency. That's the case that we're talking about over here. And either they stipulated explicitly, or it was understood that the currency that they're talking about is not Chinese coins from China, but the coins, the coinage, the currency that is current in the locale that that the transaction was made. Right? You make a transaction in America, So it's self-understood that you're gonna you're gonna pay it in dollars, and here in Israel, it's clear that you're gonna pay it in shekalim. So so that's what happened over there, and then it says hosifu alav. Hosifu alav. They added on to it. Who's they? And what did they add on? And what's it? 3 questions we got to answer over here. What does this mean? And Rashi didn't tell us a thing about the answer to those 3 questions. Rashi's got another issue that we'll deal with. But let's just explain what it is. They is presumably the ones who are in charge of the currency in that country, which is, I guess, the king. And they decided that they're going to be mosif. They're going to add on. What are they going to add on? They're going to add on to this coin that they use in that country more silver. So now they're going to start making coins that got more silver. That's what it means, hosifu alav, over here. Now we want to know, mahu, what's the din? Now, that also needs an explanation. And Rashi is not explaining that either. What's the din? What do you mean, what's the din? The din is, what currency are you going to use now, and how much of that currency are you going to have to give? How many of these coins are you going to have to give? These coins that there were the coins that are now have more silver in them are obviously more valuable than the coins that didn't have that amount of silver at the time of the deal. So what's the din over here? Are you are you going to have to? Are you supposed to give them less coins now? Are you supposed to give them the same number of coins? What are you supposed to do? Okay, so that's the question. Okay, so now let's go to the Amar Lo. So that was the question that Rava asked Rav Chisda, and now Rav Chisda is going to respond. What's the din?
Just a moment. Does it mean that he hasn't actually paid back yet?
Well, I mean, we want to know what the din is. This is not a real life. This is not a story over here. This is a halakhic question.
I realize that. So, but the answers will be probably different if he's paid back already or he hasn't paid back yet. So if he hasn't paid back yet and it was added to the value, was added to it, that's one thing. But if he paid back and the authorities added to it the value, that'd be another thing.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're asking now. He hasn't. We're talking. Mahu means what should the person pay? He hasn't paid anything yet.
Okay.
Right. He hasn't paid anything yet, and in the interim between the deal being agreed upon and the time for the payments, the authorities increased the silver of the coin. They started making this coin with more silver now. So now the question is, what does this person, when the loan is going to be due to be paid, how much of these new coins is he going to have to pay? It seems to be that and this is where Rashi comes in. We're going to read the Rashi in a moment, but just to a preview in the Rashi, Rashi tells us that this question the Gemara is asking goes according to Rav. And now I'm starting to understand what Rashi means. Question's going into Rav because Rav says, you know what you do in this situation? You pay with the right. Rav was talking about the situation where the coin, the previous coin, the coin that was the agreed upon coin for the transaction, has been the melech, the king has invalidated that coin. So now Rav says, so Gemara asked over there, what are you supposed to do now? The coin that they had agreed upon to be paid in, the melech said it's invalid coin. It's not worth anything now. So he's certainly not going to be able to pay him in that coin, which is worthless now in this country. It would, of course. So Rav says yes. What he has to do now, he's got to pay him in the new coin, in the currency which is now being used in the country. Pay him with that was what we said in the previous case. And so let's now Rav says you're going to pay with the new coin. So that's what's going to happen over here too. He's going to pay with the new coin. And the question is, how many of those new coins are you going to have to pay now? Because he got more silver than the old coins have. Let's take a look at Rashi now. Rashi is Dibra Maska Hosifu Alehen Mahu.
Sifu. Let me see where it is. Which one is it? Sifu. No, Sifu Alehen Mahu. And if they added to it, what about
5 lines from the bottom of the page of Rashi?
Levitt the Rav, according to Rav, the Omar, that says no tain lo mabea shall oto sha'a, that you should pay him with the currency of that's fixed at that time. Eicha the hosifo Allah. How do you, if you hear that they added onto it, my Amar Rav? What's Rav going to say that now we've added to the coin? What does that mean now?
Oh, okay. Okay, I got frozen. I didn't hear. I didn't hear the Rashi.
This is according to Rav that says you have to give him the coin, the coin that's valid at that time. Here, the Hosifu Allah that they added to it. My Amar Rav. What's Rav going to say about that?
Right. Right. So that's why. So now it's very clear, I think, why what's Rashi's saying that this question is only being asked according to Rav as opposed to Shmuel. Right? Shmuel said, "Oh, you could give him a matbeya that's only good in Meshan and say go to Meshan and spend the coin." But the Gemara is not asking about that. The Gemara is not asking according to Shmuel. The issue over here is not can you use a substitute coin from a different country and if he's on his way to Meshan, if he's not on his way, if the king is makbid, his king is not. That's not the Gemara's question over here. Gemara is taking on that what's going to happen over here is this guy's going to be paying back with the new coin, which has got more silver. So therefore, Rashi is saying this question that the Gemara is asking only goes according to Rav. Does not go according to Shmuel. Because Shmuel is talking about, oh, you don't even have to pay him the new coin that is valid in that place where they made the deal. You can pay him in a coin from Meshan and tell him to go to Meshan. Very nice. But that's not what the Gemara's question is, says Rashi. The Gemara wants to know if he's going to pay him with this new coin, which is what Rab says he's got to do, how much of that coin, how much of those coins is he going to have to pay him over here? If they agreed in the deal to be paid 100 of the coins of the country, so is he going to have to give him 100 of these new coins, even though they got more silver in them than the old coins have? Or can he deduct and say, look, I'm just giving you coins which got silver in them. So you're really entitled to like the 100 coins that I agreed to pay to you. That was the old coins, and those 100 coins, let's say they've got I don't know, 25 ounces of silver in them, right? So, but the new coins, you can get 25 ounces of silver out of 50 of the new coins, let's say. So does he have to pay him only 50 of the new coins, or does he need to pay him 100 of those new coins? Because the deal was to pay the deal was to pay 100 coins. I think that's the Gemorah's question over here.
So you'd have to know why 100. Was it 100 because of the value, or 100 because of the number of coins? Regardless of its value.
Right. Right.
I think I brought that up yesterday.
Yeah, this was our issue yesterday. We didn't understand really the way that we're explaining the Gemorah's question. We don't understand really what the question is. I mean, do you expect him to pay twice as much silver now? Wouldn't that be a question? Why should he have to do that? Why should he have to do that? And maybe it's even a question of ribbis, because you're saying that it has a halachic status of a loan. So these are all good questions that we had yesterday, and we're going to have to answer them today. Hopefully, we'll see. But I think this is if.
Oh, you're back again.
No, I'm back. Okay, so somebody read, what does the art scroll, how does the art scroll explain the mahu? What's the din in this case? Do they explain it like the way we've explained it? They explain it a different way.
I don't know, just a minute. It says the mahu.
Or maybe we should even go back before that. Explain.
No,
say how do they understand the case? Malva alamat beya v'hosifu alav. How do they understand that?
They issued new selaim that have a larger silver content than the old selaim, and the old selaim no longer pass as currency in the province. And then you start to see Rashi in the following note, which is a Mahu note. Rava inquiries, according to the view of Rav, who ruled above, that at the beginning of this Amud, that the borrower must pay with the new currency. What would Rav say in a case where the new Selaim contain more silver than the old ones, says Rashi? Would Rav still say that the borrower repays with the new coins, the same number of coins that comprise the original loan? And in brackets, would this not create a problem of ribbis, since the borrower will, in essence, be repaying more than he received? Close the brackets. And there's new brackets now. Rosh, however, explains Rava's inquiry as referring to where the lender is not traveling to Meishan, and thus can demand that the borrower pay him with new Selaim, the local currency. According to Shmuel as well, Yam Shel Shlomo 15 suggests that Rashi explains the Gemara according to Rav, because Rashi holds that the halacha accords with Rav in this matter. and it's referring to Hagaros Ashere, paragraph 11. The general consensus among the poskim, however, is that the halacha accords with Shmuel, in keeping with the general rule that where Rav and Shmuel argue with regards to monetary matters, the halacha accords with Shmuel. And we refer to Shulchan Aruch and Choshen Mishpat.
Okay, so the note is pointing out that it's a bit that Rashi would seem to be a bit difficult over here to say that the Gemora is asking a question according to Rav, because if so, then Rav is asking a question not according to the accepted halacha, because when it comes to monetary matters, the Talmudic rule is that the halacha follows Shmuel against Rav if he's arguing with Rav. So it's difficult to maintain that Rav's question is only according to Rav. So that's for us, that's a bit of a side point. Let's just learn Rashi clear and simply, that and we'll take Rashi's word. We'll take Rashi's word for it that the Gemara's question is according to Rav, and we understand why that is. And it seems, according to the way Roy is read from the Art Scroll, it seems like we are in agreement with the way that we're in agreement. We have the same interpretation of the Gemara that the Art Scroll is telling us. Baruch Hashem. But yeah, so it's a bit of a like, yeah. Okay, so there you have it. So 100%. So it would seem to be that it would seem to be a ribis problem, an isser of ribis to give him more silver over here. But the way Rashi's explaining the Rav's question, that seems like his question is how many coins is he required to give him now? According to Rav, Rav says you just use the coin that's now accepted in the country, so let's go right now to the answer. What does Rav Hizda answer him?
Will I read or?
Let's go to Alan. We'll switch it around over here. Let's give Alan a turn.
Alan?
Okay. What page is it now?
We're on page 97B3.
Okay.
You got that? 97B3. We're on the right-hand column, about a third of the way down. Rav Chisda responds to the inquiry.
Okay, got it. Rav Chisda responds to the inquiry. Amulo, he said to Rava, Note lo mata be'a hayotse ba'o sor sho'or. He gives him a coin that passes as currency at that time of the repayment of the loan. Amalei, Rava said to Rav Chisda, Philo B Nafor, and does this apply even when the new coin is as large as a sieve? Or Marley, Rav Chisda said to him, yes, it does. Or Marley, Rava said to him, Philo Ki Tarta Yor, even when the new coin is as large as a tortilla. Or Malay, Rav Chisda said to him, yes, Ain, yes it does. Ain, yes it does.
Okay. And let's read the last of let's read Rava now has another comment over here. Baha. Right after Rav Chisda answered him and said in, so now Rava has another response to that. Baha ka. See where it is, Alan?
Yeah, Bahar K. Say payroll, but the produce is cheaper.
Okay, so yeah.
What's the
Okay.
produce? What do you mean by produce?
What's that?
What's meant by the produce?
Yeah, that's a good question. Rashi, there's a Rashi Baruch Hashem over there. Basically, the Gemora is going to be that basically Rava is going to be asking the question that that you were asking yesterday. Isn't this? In other words, let's go right away to the Rashi. Let's go right away to the Rashi, and we'll see what Rashi says over here, explaining this exchange that took place over here between Rava and Rav Chisda. We start with now the next Rashi, but also Shah.
But also Shah at that time, the Shat Haron, at the time that he like, so to speak, pays off his debt.
At the time which is designated for the payments. So at the time which is designated for the payment, Rav Chisda said, "No sin lo matbea hayotze ba'osa shah." You have to give, and the answer to this question, right, says Rav Chisda, that you have to give the coin which is yotze, which is in circulation, which is accepted in the marketplace, but also shah at that time. What's that time referring to? Rashi says the time of the payment of the loan. So at that time of the payment of the loan, which is the coin which is accepted as valid currency, is this new coin that the authorities who make coins, they added silver to this coin. It's got more silver in this new coin than the coin that they were using at the time of the loan. At the time of the loan, there was a coin that was in usage which had less silver, and now in the interim, the authorities have now minted a new coin, and with the art scroll mentioned very important information, and that thereby made the old coins not able to circulate anymore. You can't use those coins anymore, and you got to use these. You have to use these coins, even though they've got more silver in them. And so Rav Chisda is saying, you give him those coins that are in circulation right now at the time that the payment of the loan has to be made. And the implication is, even if these coins are more valuable than the old coins, you're not going to give him less coins. That seems to be the implication. Okay, the next Rashi.
Tartia, that's another coin we're talking about. Seller Gadol, a large seller, neither in size. The Chazeket Rova.
Yeah, this is a coin. This is a large coin, which contains a Kemida Machzekes Rova. It has the proportion that it is Machzekes. It contains and holds a Rova, a quarter. I guess I don't know. A Rova. Rova just simply means a quarter. The question is, a quarter of what? generally we say a rova is a rova kav, but like how much is that exactly? They say over here from the Nemuki Yosef, there's a note. Haino shelo haya mamash begodel rova. It wasn't really so big as a rova. Ela rak rachav, kamo also kli mida. It was as wide as that measuring vessel. That's called a rova. Ukanirish zugam kavanas Rashi. Sharelo mistaber sheosu matbea begodel rova hakav. Oh, the Muki Yosef says it's not reasonable to think that Rashi is going to learn. Rashi meant literally when he said a rova, meaning a rova hakav. That would be a very large. That would be a huge matbea, a very large coin, and that's not. That wouldn't be Rashi's intention, and so therefore we're just saying that it has the same width as such a measuring device. Okay, let's go to the next Rashi. I'll say so. Basically, that's these questions were what Rava was challenging Rav Chisda about. What happens if this coin is very much bigger than the old coin? It's not just a few grams. It's not just a small amount of silver that we're talking about over here. It could be a very significant a difference in the amount of silver that is contained in the new coin. And so so to each question, Rav Chisda answered, yes, that's the coin that you've got to give, because that's the coin which is now now being circulated in that locale. And so now we're going to read the last Rashi over here, Baha, Kazailin Peros. What does that mean?
The fruits becoming cheaper. The Peros becoming cheaper. Legabe Matbeazo, regarding this coin, this currency, Nimsa, you'll find Shemish Taker that he pays with this, he receives this as a reward, the Tosefet with the additional amount, the Eina Dome Ushoni. And this is not considered like the first ones, the Have rebate, and this would be considered rebate because you're now paying with a coin that's worth more, and the coin that you're giving them that's worth more is actually giving rebate to the other person.
Right. Okay. So we understand. I think the point that was the point that Roy and Lou were bringing up yesterday. That he's giving him more silver now, and wouldn't that be ribis? Even though it may be the same number of coins agreed upon, they gave him 100 coins, but it's got a lot more silver in these 100 coins, the new coins. Rava is asking, how could it be that he's got to give him these coins? Because it's going to be ribis. Now, in regard to the language of the Gemora, Xylin Piri, what was the idea that Rashi's what's the idea that Rava was saying over here, that we're making the peros less? What is that all about? The Gabe Matbea Zu, in comparison to this Matbea, you're making the peros, the commodity right. You got two things. You got matbea, that's currency, and you got peros. Peros, it refers to the commodity that the currency is buying. So when you're paying with currency which is more valuable, so you are making the So how does that work over here? Kazailin Peros. The Peros are becoming less, less expensive. Why? I would have thought that you're making them more expensive. If you, in other words, what would you say now when you go to the with these coins now? When you go to the shuk, but before they changed the coin, you were able to get 5 kilos of apples, and you would have to pay, let's say, 5 coins for the 5 kilos. And now that you've got these coins that got more silver in them, is the price for 5 kilos of apples also going to be 5 of these new coins that have more silver? You should have to pay only 4 or maybe even only 3 of the new coins. And so like that, what you're doing is you're saying that the value of the commodity which you are purchasing is going to be going down in value, because now you're going to buy the same thing with less coins. You're only going to need 3 to buy that 5 kilo portion of apples. So that's what I think what the words mean over here. Kazaile piri. You are making the commodity that the coins are buying less valuable, because now, yeah.
I'm not a mathematics person or anything like that, but
Yes, you are, Roy. You are the one that asked this question about it's a matter of ribbis.
well, yes, but still. Now, tell me, if you buy with the 5 old coins, you can buy 5 objects. You can buy 5 apples. All right. That really means sort
Again,
of one.
frozen.
What?
I'm frozen. Oh, now I'm not. Okay, good. Yes.
Oh, so with 5 coins of the old coins, you can buy 5 apples. So now with the new coins, you can buy 5. If it's the same thing that you buy 5 with 5 new coins, you can buy 5 apples. Isn't that nothing's going up and nothing's going down?
No, I
It's
think what Rava is saying, perforce, what Rava is saying, that the guy that's going to sell apples in the shuk now, is he going to take 5 of the new coins for the 5 kilos of apples? No, he's not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
He's because it's not. It's or
he would take less coins, wouldn't he?
He would take, yeah, he would. That's what I would understand. He would take less coins, and so in that sense, that he's now taking less coins. That's what we mean over here when we're saying Zayle Piri, the commodity of the coin is buying is now going down in value in a certain sense, because now the same commodity can be purchased with less coins, even though it's the same silver. It's a bit confusing.
Mm.
And Rashi says, Nimsa shemistaker zeh b'tosefes. So if this guy is going to be having to give back the same number of coins in the deal, so that means that the lender is going to be he's going to be getting more than he gave in the loan. He gave a loan of 100 widgets, and he said that you got to pay me back in 100 coins. Each rigid is worth a coin. And now, but the coin is worth more silver. The new coin is worth more silver now. So if Rav Chisda is going to say yes, he's going to still have to give him back 100 of these coins. So now that's what's going to happen is that the lender is now getting a profit over here out of the loan that he made, and that's going to be ribis. Because these
everything
coins are not
stays the
similar to
same,
the old coins.
if everything stays the same proportion, then he's not getting anything extra.
100 of these new coins he's getting a lot more silver than he would have gotten if he had been given 100 of the old coins, which have less silver.
Yeah, but he can't buy more or less with those coins. To buy just what he could buy before with the old coins.
Why is that? The coins are more valuable. Coins have more silver in them.
Mm-hmm. So how much could he buy now? How many objects can he buy now? How many apples can he buy now?
He's going to be able to buy more apples with those 5 coins than he was with the old coins.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the commodity, so the price of the object of the things you can buy stays the same. The value of the apples is the same as when it was the old coins.
Let's see. Hooray, who's?
I don't know. Rabbi, are you there? Or? No, he's frozen again.
Buy 5 kilos of produce. Now these new coins, which have more silver in them, you're going to be able with 5 of these new coins, you're going to be able. What the Gemora is saying is that you're going to be able to buy 10 kilos of produce with those coins because they have much more silver in them.
Right.
That's what the Gemara means when it says that, so to speak, the price of apples has gone down.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really you were saying also, that you're really regarding the coin itself as it's in terms of, just like we said, previously we used coin aleph, and now we're using coin base. So, as far as the economics goes, it's this is the coin that used to be used. This is the coin that is now being used. So there's a certain equality between them. But really, in terms of their actual value, the new coin is much more valuable. So that should be reflected in the marketplace. This coin should be able to buy more stuff than the old coin was able to do, and that's what the Gemara means to say when it says that the value of the commodity that you are purchasing has vis-a-vis the currency has gone down in value. You're going to be able to get much more commodities for the same amount of coinage than you did previously. So
that means that he has to repay less. Instead of repaying 100 coins that he borrowed in the old commodity, he now pays 50 coins of the new commodity.
Well, that's what Rava. That's what Rava is. That's what Rava is tining. That's what he's tining to Rav Chisda. How is it that you say that he's got to pay in the new coins, meaning to say the same number of coins as previous? Had you paid the old coins, they're more valuable. You shouldn't have to pay the same amount of coins. It's ribis.
It's late now.
Oh
Pick up
yes,
tomorrow.
it's late.
I may be on the road tomorrow, so I'll pick up from the car most probably, but okay.
Okay, very
Be
good.
well.
Take care, Phil. I'm on the
Looking forward
road.
to hearing from you, Phil.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Rabbi.
All the best.
All right. Bye for now. Bye-bye.
All the best. Bye. Have a good day. Bye, Phil. Bye, Lou.